Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Athaariq Adinilachry. I'm from Padang State University. Uh, okay, today I'm going to talk about uh, the impact of game-based student response system on student learning outcome in narrative writing of prospective English language teaching. Uh, move. Let's move to abstract. Okay, studies uh, conducted so far have mainly focused on investigating the characteristic of effective foreign language teacher to student the role of teacher effectiveness in the process of language learner. While there is a scarcity of studies focusing on the perception of the characteristic of effective foreign language teaching of the student of Department of English Language Teaching, ELT, and Department of English Language Literature, ELNL, who are the major candidates of the English language teaching profession in Turkey. Next. Let's start introduction. Writing is considered a part of literacy and the conscious language in today's society. In the context of foreign language learning, writing plays a crucial role in enhancing the other three language skills and language components, include vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. For English language learners, writing is the most important skill to master among the four basic English language skills. Yet, both teacher and students still arrange that writing is the most difficult skill for English language learner by Chris et al. Uh, have discussed in the study with regret to the perceived writing needs for students found writing difficult in the context of idea generation, organization, handwriting, sentence structure, grammar, spelling, and keyboarding. The future explained that student writing was full of run-on sentence and lack of the detail. Also mentioned several factors that affect student writing skill, such as not being confident in their English writing, low grammar, proficiency, low vocabulary mastery, and lack of writing practice. In addition, students have been finding it more difficult to improve their writing skill during distance learning. They started that there is a lack of practical use of their writing skill during distance learning. In short, writing is recognized as the foremost problem that English language learning face. In the senior high school, students are usually introduced to some English texts that could help them in mastering their writing skill. One of those texts in narrative text. The narrative text is usually taught in the 11th grade. In the subject, the students are expected to write a good narrative story by themselves. However, based on the preliminary study in a uh, senior high school, the students were stated that they still face some problem in writing, especially in writing a story. The major problem they face are fear of making grammatical mistake, lack of vocabulary mystery, and problem in idea generation. Those problem caused them to not be interested in the writing classroom. Those the student writing skill still needs to be developed. Okay, uh, so we are continue by method. The present study is quantitative research, which applied the one group pre-test, post-test design. It was carried out in a senior high school by integrity six student of the 11th grade to participant in the research. Furthermore, the instrument used for gathering the research data was test in which the students were asked to write narrative text. This test was developed based on the basic component which is started in the English syllabus for the 11th grade. Student in the academic year 2021 and 2022. Also, the test has been validated by expert before being administrated in the relation to that cohort was used as the treatment or intervention for supporting student learning. In this case, the research integrated the teaching material about narrative writing in the form of blending cohort. By using this concept, the researcher designed the teaching material for narrative writing, which consists of tricky question and presentation slides. The teaching material prepared were mainly about narrative text and the steps in writing narrative text. Okay. Next material, uh, finding and discussion. Uh, okay. We start finding. The research question that has been investigated by the researcher is how effective a game-based student response system platform is enhancing students' skill in writing narrative text. In order to explore and answer this question, the researchers administrated two tests, namely pre-test and post-test. The student individual score in pre-test and post-test are attached in the appendix B. Next, the test results were analyzed in three phases, namely normally test, hom homogeneity of variance test, and paired sample test for analyzing the normality distribution of the pre-test and post-test score. The researcher used the Kolmogorov or Smirnov test. Okay. Uh, Organization. Writing narrative text. The organization deals with the student ability in organization. They're writing based on the basic structure of the narrative text. There are three major structure of writing, including in introduction paragraph, a body paragraph, and a conclusion paragraph. In line with the basic structure of narrative writing are orientation, complication, resolution, and reorientation. In this area, the students are expected to write a narrative story based on those basic structure. B, logical development of ideas. The second aspect of writing is the logical development of ideas. Ideas refers to student ability in developing the content of writing based on the writing topic. With the regret to narrative text, ideas deal with the way students choose the writing topic and develop the topic into a story based on the gathered set of evidence, which is from their personal experience. In the additional to that, ideas refers to the five W and plus one H question. What's happened? Oh, when did the story happen? Where did took place? Who were involved? Why could it happen? And how it could happen? So next, see grammar is the most important aspect of writing. Generally, grammar is recognized as the role of the English language when it comes to writing activity. It refers to the use of tense, sequencing, relative, clause, uh, preposition, modals, articles, and also verb form. In narrative writing, there are also some language feature that the students should be pay attention to. It includes the use of past tense, action verb, and response speech. D, style and quality of expression. Uh, Style and quality of expression in student writing refers to the use of phrases, vocabulary, sentence variety, parallel structure. In this closely related to the use of word choice and sentence fluency. In writing a narrative text, the student should use the right word that could give clarity and evoke feeling. Additionally, the student should know whether or not the writing is easy to read. Use different kind of sentence. Use some short and long sentence, and even begin with different words. Okay. Next discussion and conclusion. Discussion. Cohort for teaching narrative writing. Based on the study result, it can be safely said that student skill in writing a narrative text is improved with the use of Kahoot. It was clearly started their writing was improved toward the five aspects of writing, include organization, logical development of ideas, grammar, functional, spelling and mechanic, and style or quality of writing. Firstly, the organization in narrative writing typically refers to the generic structure of a narrative text, including orientation, complication, resolution, and reorientation. In additional to that, the organization also refers to the student skill to organize their paragraph and sentence. Secondly, ideas development in writing is the way a writer develops their writing topic using appropriate supporting shared of evidence or supporting ideas. Writing is considered logically development if the writing also use the most suitable connection, connection between ideas in order to make a logical sense towards the writing. Thirdly, grammar refers to the rule of writing, including morphological rule, phonological rule, and syntactical rule. In writing narrative text, students must be aware of the language feature used, such as past tense, linking words, action, verb, verbal, and mental process, even direct and indirect speech. Fourthly, writing. Mechanic are the technical aspect of capitalization and abbreviation. Lastly, the writing style in a narrative text refers to the way of student in using word choice and a variety of sentence in their writing. Thus, in the past, the paired samples static analysis result of those five writing elements is interpreted based on the writing criteria, including organization, logical development of ideas, grammar, functional spelling, mechanics, style, and quality of writing. Next, uh, conclusion. Uh, as the objective of the present study is to explore and evaluate the effectiveness of the games-based student response system platform Kahoot in enhancing student skill writing narrative text. The researchers have implemented the use of Kahoot for teaching narrative writing. Based on that implementation, the result indicate uh, that Kahoot is effective to be used for enhancing student writing skill, especially for writing a narrative text. In other words, the student's writing skill is improved with the use of Kahoot. Future analysis revealed that Kahoot is proved to significantly improve student writing in terms of organization, ideas, grammar, spelling, mechanic, and writing style. Thus, it can be safely said the Kahoot could effectively enhance student writing skill. So that's all from me. Thank you very much from uh, presentation. Uh, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.